welcome, welcome. Let me clean the thingy because it looks a little blurry. All right. It's still a little blurry, but it's fine. How are we doing today? Welcome to our live. Happy Tuesday, June 11. What's up? What's up, my friends? Welcome. Remember, we go live these days and times right here on YouTube. But remember, Mondays, we're going to switch to 4 p.m. So Mondays, we're going to be doing now at 4 p.m. All right, so it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 4, and then Thursdays at 11 so far. So hopefully you guys are doing well. We're going to get started. Don't forget to sign up for my math cram course. The link is in the description box below. We are going to have a great cram course here with all kinds of practice questions from area to amortization. Good times, good times. So even if you don't understand the math concepts, it is a great way for you to come in and practice your, give me a second, and practice your math so that way you can crush those math questions. Hello, everybody. Jay Williams and Luanda. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. All right, so let's get started. Here's our first question of the day. It says the highest and best use of a parcel of land is the use that creates which of the following? Is it A, the greatest density, B, the greatest value for the land, C, the greatest intensity, or D, the greatest tax base? All right, so remember, we're talking about the highest and best use of a parcel of land. What does that mean? In real estate, when we are appraising a property, they use the highest and best use for that land. So what does that mean? That means we are trying to find, there we go. Look at those answers in the chat. Yes. Hello, Kim. How are you, Kim? So we're going to say B. That is right. The B is the greatest value for the land. Very good. Yes, I'm very, very glad to see you guys putting B in the chat. Very good. I don't think we need to discuss this. So what is the best use for this parcel of land? They find out how much is like the value. What is the greatest value for this land? All right, number 2. Mr. Jones purchased a home for $95,000 with closing costs of $3,500. The loan to value ratio was 80%. Excuse me. If the bank charged $2,280 for lender, oh my God, I have a hiccup, sorry. For lender fees, how many points did the lender charge? All right, so let's take out the T-chart because we are working with points. And although we could use the other chart, but we're kind of having to work backwards here, okay? We gotta have to work backwards. Hello, Lily. Hello, Escar. Welcome, my friends. So remember, the first thing is that when we are working with points, we have to find the loan amount. Okay, so we have to find the loan when you're working with points. So here they gave us a loan to value ratio of 80%. So I'm going to put that here in my rate column. And let's find out how much that is in a decimal. So just divide 80 out of 100, and that's going to give you 0.8. So now we're going to put the sales price, the purchase price of $95,000 in the total column. And now we're going to multiply. So $95,000 times 0.8 is going to give us our loan amount now, which is going to be $76,000. Okay, so this is now our loan amount. Now that we have the loan amount, we can find out how much they were charged in points because they gave us the amount charged in points. Hi, Courtney. Welcome. So let's put in the T-chart our information. So this amount was based on this amount. So that's why we have to put now this in the part section. And then the loan amount, we're going to put it in the total section. So $76,000 here. So now we divide. So we're going to take 2280 and divide by $76,000. going to leave us with 0.3. Now, remember, points are a percentage, right? 3 points is 3%. So here we're going to have to multiply now by 100 to convert it to a percent. And that gives us 3%, which means we were charged 3 points. So the answer here is D. Very good. You guys are putting D in the chat. Very, very good. Excellent work, you guys. Excellent work. All right, so let me know if you guys have any questions on these. These are very important questions that you may see on the exam. So make sure you know how to work points forwards and backwards. So this one was kind of a backwards way of doing it, but it's all good. All right, so another thing that you could have done is that once you found the loan amount, you can multiply that loan amount by 2.3% and see if it equals 2280. You can multiply this by this, see if it equals that. You see? That's another way of doing it, okay? So I don't touch the 3,500. Nope, there's no need for that. That was just in there to throw you off, okay? They just wanted to know how many points did they charge, okay? Very good. All right, next up, a buyer purchases a home for $60,000. He obtains an 80% conventional loan at 8.5% interest with a 2.5% loan origination fee. How much is the origination fee? All right. So remember, when we are doing that, we still need to find the loan amount. So when you're doing these, you can definitely use the T-chart or the other chart, the buyer's chart, this one, because then you would just put times the 2.5% here on the side of the loan, but you still have to find the loan amount. So let's use this chart just to show you the difference between this one and the T-chart, okay? So how do we work this? So we see here a buyer purchased the home for $60,000. That's going to go here in the sales price. Remember, sales price is always 100%. Then he gets an 80% conventional loan. So we're going to put the loan amount here, 80%. So in this chart, when you go diagonal, you're going to multiply, kind of like in the T chart when you have a total and the percent. So here we would multiply. So here we would just multiply this to find our loan amount. So we would multiply these. So when you multiply, here we would put it in the T chart, 60,000, 80%, convert 80% to a decimal. So just divide by 100 and we get 0.8. So now when we multiply that, we end up with a loan amount of $48,000. And now we have this 2.5% loan origination fee, which obviously is just going to go right here. And now we're just going to convert 2.5% into a decimal. So 2.5 over 100 is going to give me 0.025. So now I just multiply 48,000 times 0.025. So 48,000 times 0.025 is going to leave us with a total amount paid in origination fees of $1,200. So if you're saying B in the chat, you got it. Very good. Excellent work, you guys. Excellent work. Thank you for those of you that have smashed that like button on this video. I appreciate all your support. If you haven't done so already, please do smash that like button so that I can know if I'm doing a good job or not. All right, so hopefully that didn't confuse you. I know that when you switch it up a little bit, it kind of gets confusing, but you could definitely still use the T-chart just like we did here, and then you would put the loan amount here and the other loan origination fee here. So it would be two like this. These two, then these two here. So that's how it would be. All right, hopefully that helped. All right. Don't forget about my real estate school, Maggie's Real Estate Academy. If you're wanting to get a Florida real estate license, make sure to sign up for my online school. It is all online at your own pace. And this would be the first class that you would need, the 63-hour sales associate pre-licensing. And then this is all the other courses that we provide as well. And remember, if you are in one of the 10 states that Florida considers a mutual recognition, you do not have to take that course. You could just come and take the state exam. All right, here we go, number 4. So feel free to contact me if you are interested in getting a Florida real estate license. Number 4, Michael has a loan on his house for $75,000. After the first year, he has paid $11,936.36 in interest and $124.26 in principal. After the first year, what portion of his loan is paid off? Okay, so we're dealing with percents here. So when we're dealing with percents, remember, we can definitely take advantage of our lovely T-chart. So let's bring out T-chart. So I'm going to give you guys a second to work this out. I need to get a glass of water. Give me a second. All right, I got me my little LaCroix, my little sparkling water. Super excited. Okay, so this one, it sounds a lot more confusing than what it is. Okay, so what you need to think about in this one is, here it's asking what portion of his loan is paid off. Well, when you're asking how much of the loan is paid off, you're going to have to find the loan amount. Remember, that's your total amount. And then the portion that was paid off. Right? And then that you're going to multiply by 100 and you're going to get your rate. So if his loan amount, let's see here, he has a loan amount of $75,000. So that's going to be my total. And then he's paid this much in interest, which obviously doesn't matter because interest is what you pay on the loan, but it doesn't really bring down the loan amount. Okay? So this is the amount that's bringing down the loan amount. So that's the one I'm going to put here in the part section, 124.26. And now we divide. So you see the portion that was paid off, that's how much was paid down of this loan amount. So we're going to put $124.26 and divide it by 75,000 in our calculators. Okay? And when we do that, we end up with 0.00165. Can't even, 1656, sorry. 1656. Okay, now remember we got to convert this to a percent. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a little squished. So 0.001656. Now we have to multiply this by 100. So then that's going to give us 0.1656%. So if we look here, this can't be it. This is not it. This is not it. D is the answer here. Because remember, we have a 5 here, so that means we could round this up, so it becomes 0.17%. And there you have it. That one was tricky. That one was a little tricky. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Yep. Just don't forget to multiply by 100 here. That's very important when you are dealing with these kinds of questions. Don't try to change the answer. It is that. And they will definitely trick you in some questions like this, okay? All right. Number 5. 25 mils means that the tax equals which of the following? So, is it 25%, 2.5%, 0.25%, or 0.025%? I added interest to principal paid, which was a mistake. Yep, Kim, good. At least you found out what you did wrong. Very good. Way to assess your work. Very good. See, that's how you learn. You realize, oh my God, I added interest. What a dork. That does not count anything towards the principal balance. Very good. All right, I'm really happy seeing what I'm seeing in the chat, but let's go over this. Now, remember the word mils is out of 1,000, right? In Spanish, the word mil means 1,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those 25 mils and we're going to convert it first. So 25 out of 1,000. That gives us 0.025. Now, we remember to convert something to a percent, you have to multiply it by 100. So I'm going to take that 0.025 and just multiply it by 100. So that means it just moves 2 decimal places. So that's really 2.5%. So the answer here is B. Nice work, you guys. Good job on this one. That one was a little more advanced. Excellent work. Excellent work on this. Good job. You guys are doing excellent. I'm so proud to see my math leads here working so hard and learning all this math. That's so good. All right, you should feel empowered. All right, so speaking of which, don't forget, sign up for my math cram. It is scheduled for June 22nd. It is a Saturday from 12 to 4 p.m. You can attend, and then you will also, even if you can't attend and you just sign up, you will definitely get a link to the video of the course. And I am going to be providing all kinds of information. We're going to be doing all kinds of practice questions there so that way you can crush the math and when you get it on your exam. Okay, so we're going to be going from area to amortization charts, and we're going to be going all over those concepts. So make sure to be ready with paper, pencil, and your calculator so that we can learn. You could sign up on the description box below. The link is provided there. We are also hosting our other exam cram for the vocabulary in July. So a lot of people have already asked me about my next cram course, and that will be scheduled for July 13. All right, so this is the next cram course that's coming, the math cram, and it is set for June 22nd. All right, also, if you are one of those independent kinds of workers and just want to learn the math on your own, check out my e-workbooks bundle. You can get $5 off using this promo code right now, MATH5. The link is in the description box below for our bundle. It is our best value there, so make sure to grab it, and that way you can practice those math concepts and crush them. Yeah, it's nothing like crushing those math exam questions when you see them. You're like, yeah. All right, number 6. A lot was purchased as an investment for $10,500 and sold a year later at a loss of 20%. If the owner paid a 10% commission, what was the owner's net loss on the sale? Okay, so be careful with this one. So we see here that there was a loss of 20%. So you're going to have to take that into consideration. So remember, when there's a loss, you're going to take 100% and you're going to subtract the amount of loss. That leaves you with a total left of 80%. Okay? So it lost 80%. So now we're going to multiply by 80% here. So let me take out the T-chart. And we're going to find out what its new value is. Okay? So we're going to take $10,500 and put 80% in the rate column. So we get 80 out of 100, and that's going to equal 0.8. So let's multiply. So $10,500 times 0.8 is going to leave us now of $8,400, the value of that. Okay? So now what I want to do is I want to find the difference of the sale price. Okay? So I'm going to take $10,500 and subtract $8,400 to see what the difference was. So it ended up being $2,100, the difference here. Okay? So if the owner paid a 10% commission on that amount, which is this $8,400, let's find out how much that is. So I'm going to take $8,400 here and put 10% here. So 10 out of 100 is 0.1. So let's see how much the owner sold, paid in commission. So $8,400 times 0.1 means that the owner paid $840 in commission. So now that we have that information, so this is out of the seller's pocket, this is out of the seller's pocket now too. So now what was his net loss? We're just going to add these two figures. So $2,100 plus $840 is going to leave us a net loss of the seller of $2,940. So the answer here is C. That one was difficult, definitely a difficult question, but that is the seller's net loss. Okay, so let me know if you have questions on this. Oh my God, there's nothing like seltzer water. I am in heaven. You guys, I'm obsessed with this. Like, hello? Why? It's like beautiful. Anyway. All right, so there you have that. Let me know if you have questions. Okay, number 7. If a buyer makes a 20% down payment and obtains a $75,000 mortgage, what is the sales price of the property? Please be careful with this one. That's all I gotta say. Just be careful. Okay? So let me know what you guys think the answer is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the T-chart. I got to delete some of those pictures. All right, so here we're given a down payment amount. So you know what? This one would actually be good with the other chart. Let me see here. That way we can visualize it a little better. So let me move the T-chart up. So here we have a 20% down payment. So we're going to put 20% here. That means our sales is 100 always. And because that is how it is, that means our loan to value is 80%. She gets $75,000 as a mortgage. That's your loan amount. And they want to know this here. So how do we find that? Well, you cannot combine this with the 20%. So I'm going to take that loan amount, and that's going to be my part section. Because they want this sales price of the property, which is the total amount here. So because I'm using the loan amount, I have to use the loan percentage. I can't use the down percentage to find out how much she paid for the property. So I will use the loan percentage. So I'll put 80% here. This is where they'll get you. So we're going to convert 80% to a decimal. So divide by 100. That's 0.8. And now let's just divide. So $75,000 divided by 0.8 is going to leave us a sales price of $93,750, which that would go here. So the answer here is C. Excellent job, you guys. Excellent job. So this chart could definitely help you organize your thoughts, because here it's telling you 20% down payment, and then they're giving you the mortgage amount. So you can't mix these two. You can't mix these two, the 20% and the 75,000, because this is a different number. See, the 20% is going to have a different number. The number to the 80% is 75,000. That's what you need to use. Okay? All right, that one was a really, really tricky question. Okay? But hopefully, if you see that on the exam, you can definitely get it correct. Okay? Jeremiah, I go often Monday through Thursday here on YouTube. I go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 4 p.m. and Thursdays at 11 a.m. On TikTok, I go live every day, Monday through Friday. All right. Don't forget, if you need any one-on-one tutoring, make sure to sign up. The link is in the profile. The link is in the description box below. So you can sign up using my calendar. I have times and space available there for you. I tutor for $55 an hour on Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. So if you're in need of any kind of tutoring for the math concepts, the national concepts, or if you're studying for your Florida state exam, make sure to sign up with the link provided for you in the description box below. All right. Oh, and by the way, we do meet on Google Meet for my tutoring. So I could share a screen, offer you any practice questions and things like that. Okay, number 8 says, the acquisition of another's title to real property by means of open, notorious, and continuous use is known as an easement by prescription, an easement in gross, adverse possession, or eminent domain. Let me know what you guys think the answer is here. This is a very common type of question you may see on the exam. We are talking about vocabulary here. Okay, very good. So remember, acquisition meaning taking over somebody else's title to real property by means of open, notorious, and continuous use. That is considered adverse possession. Very good, you guys, putting C in the chat. Very, very good. Now, let's talk about the other answers, because everybody always wants to know about easements. So when you're talking about easements, think about easement by prescription is also kind of like adverse possession, but it's continuous and uninterrupted use of a portion of another person's property. So for example, there's a house, and I saw this on TikTok, to be honest, and there was a neighbor. There was a school back here. Behind this neighbor's house, there was a little gate that went to the school. This neighbor here said, hey, can I go through your backyard to take my kids to school? This guy was like, yeah, sure, of course, why not? Well, guess what? After a certain amount of years, this person just kept going through this guy's yard, and now that became an easement by prescription. Okay? So that's what that is. Continuous and uninterrupted use of a portion. This was a portion of another person's property. If you're studying in Florida, it takes you 20 years to obtain an easement by prescription. Now, easement in gross is the right of access by one party into a parcel of real estate, which is usually a utility, right? So this would be like utility power companies, etc. So you're kind of giving the utility company a key to your backyard. Okay, it does not run with the land. Neither one of these run with the land. So you have to, know that. And of course, eminent domain, remember that is the government's right to take private property for public benefit. Okay, condemnation is the process by which they can do it. Eminent domain is the act of doing it. Okay, so I remember on my exam question was, what is the difference between easement and a lien? Okay, well, an easement is just a way to access property, and a lien is a money, like money, any kind of money, right? A lien is usually money, something having to do with money, like a mortgage, right? It's attached to the property. So maybe an easement is not attached. Some easements are, like an easement appurtenant would be attached to the land. It runs with the land. Okay. So yes, Nancy Lynn, for sure. Florida is 20 years of continuous use to become an easement by prescription. Very good. All right. Hopefully you guys understand those easements, that information, because that is really big on the exam. Okay, number 9. If net income on a property is $40,000 and the cap rate is 10%, the value of the property using income capitalization method is, and then there are your answers. So remember, when we're talking about cap rate, capitalization rate, we're in a no cap zone. No cap. We're not capping here, right? No cap. So we got cap rate. So that means we're talking no cap. And what is it that what we're looking for when we're looking for cap rate, we're looking for the net income, the net operating income. So right here, they're giving us the net income on the property, which is $40,000. Okay. And they want to know the value of the property. So that's here, the total. So that 40,000 is going to go on the top. And then our cap rate of 10% goes here. Look at you guys putting your answer in the chat. I'm loving it. So now we're going to convert 10% into a decimal by dividing by 100. That's going to equal 0.1. And now we divide. So $40,000 divided by 0.1 is going to leave us a value of 400,000. Very good. So the answer is B. Fantastic. Good job, you guys. Very, very good. All right, do you guys have any questions? Now, I want you guys to see something. Did you see here how we divided by 10% and we got a bigger number? It just added an extra 0, right? So if I was to have multiplied $40,000 times the 10%, that would have given me just $4,000. You see the difference? When you divide by a small number, you get a bigger number. When you multiply by it, you're going to get a smaller number. So just so that you understand number theory, sometimes that helps when you are looking at your exam and you're like, what? So there's no way if you multiplied it, the value of the home would be $4,000. Think about it. Sometimes you got to, look at the answer that you're getting and you say, does this make sense? Okay. All right. Number 10. The roof of a property costs $20,000. The economic life of the roof is 20 years. Assuming the straight line method of depreciation, what is the depreciated value of the roof after 3 years? Y'all, I took my test in Florida about 7 years ago, and I swear this was on it. Not gonna lie. I mean, not this exact question, but something probably very similar to this was on it. So if you don't know how to do this, pay attention, because you may see something like this on your Florida exam or any other state's exam. Some states definitely have this, the depreciation thing. So what I do here is I'm going to take the cost of the roof and its economic life, right? And find out how much it is per year. So that is going to give me $1,000 per year. And now it's 3 years. So I'm going to say $1,000 times 3 years. So that means it's depreciated $3,000. But they want to know its depreciated value. Okay, this is just how much it was depreciated. So if it cost you $20,000 3 years ago, and every year it goes down $1,000, because think about it, when you have a brand new roof, that roof is, wow, fantastic, 20 grand. But every year with the wear and tear, the sun, the elements, that roof starts losing value. So every year it's thinking it's going to lose $1,000 of value. So that means now we're going to have to take those $20,000 and we're going to subtract those $3,000, and it's going to leave us with the final value of the roof, which is $17,000. So the answer here is B as in boy. So that hopefully clarifies how that works. Okay? So those are really, really tricky. Sometimes they're a little annoying, but just be careful because 3,000 was in there. And that is, you could get that wrong. You would have gotten it wrong. So just be careful. Read the question. Once you get your answer, what you think it is, always go back and say, okay, what is it that they're asking? Because I would have put the answer 3,000. But then just go back. What is the depreciated value of the roof? This is just how much it was depreciated. But now we got to find out how much the roof is worth. Okay? Are you guys down for a bonus question? What do you think? You want to have a bonus question? We got some time. Let's see here. I'm going to pick a bonus question for y'all. Let's see here. Let's see here. What can we do a bonus question on? Ooh, I got a good one here. All right. Look at these. These are fun. Everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite. Jeremiah, you're down? Or you want down payment? All right, so let's see here. It says calculate the number of acres in a property with the following legal description. Blah, 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 and the blah, 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 blah of section 23. Now, let me know what you think. What is your answer to this one? Be careful when solving this. So remember, we're working with a section. Each section equals 640 acres. Okay? So when you get faced with a question like this, I need you to read it carefully. Because If they have this word in it, I want you to stop. Okay? This word and, it means plus. You got to add. So what do you got to add? Well, you have one tract of land here. And you have another tract of land here. So you have two different tracts of land. So let me show you. So you basically have one tract of land here, which is the orange one. And let's say you have another, ooh, that's terrible. You have another tract of land like this. That's what that's saying. So I'm going to color it. So let's say this is the green one. And now this is the orange one. And now let's work it out. I'm going to do the orange one in orange. Okay? So we're going to just do it twice. So we're going to say 640, because we're going to always start with 640. And then we're going to divide by the bottom numbers. We always take the denominator. That equals 4. Well, 640 divided by 4 is 160. Then I take 160 and I'm going to divide it by this 4. That equals 40. Then I'm going to take 40 and divide it by this 4. That means 10 acres. This plot of land is 10 acres. I don't know if you guys could see that. 10 acres here. Okay? Now let's do the green one. We take 640 and we divide by 2. And we get 320. Get 320, divide by this 2. And that equals 160, right? 320 divided by 2. Yeah. Then we're going to take 160 and divide it by 4. And that's 40. So that means this plot of land is 40 acres. So if they own those two plots of land, how many acres is it? 10. Remember, we have this plus here, plus 40. So we're left with 50 total acres. So the answer here is D. Excellent work, you guys. You guys should be so proud of yourselves. Very good. That's a very tough question. So don't forget how to do that. Remember that keyword and means to add. Just like the word of means to multiply, to means to divide. Okay? So let's go over that. And is to add. Of is multiply. To is divide. Okay? What would that be in square footage? Okay, so let's look at that. How much would that be in square footage? So if we have 50 acres, and we know that 1 acre equals 43,560 square feet, we're going to just multiply these two, right? Because this is how I do it, So I go, whatever I'm trying to convert. So we're trying to convert the 50 acres to square feet. So I would put 50 acres here. And this is how I teach it in my workbook. And I always put it over 1. So I'm going to multiply. And whatever I have here in this top one, I'm going to put it down here in the bottom. And then I look at my conversion ratio. And I just attach the number. If acre is here, acres has 1 with it. So I'm going to just leave 1 here. And then this part will go on top. So what you finally want, it has to be on the top here. So remember, when you're multiplying fractions, you're just multiplying top with top and bottom with bottom. So really, it's really 50 times 43,560. So that is going to equal 2,178,000 square feet. Okay? Yes, Alicia, very good. Okay? So that's how I work my conversion ratios. So if you guys have any trouble with conversions, this is how I was taught when I was in school, and that's like the way I see it. So yeah. Okay? So people say, like, if you're going from big to little, like, see how this is a bigger unit than a foot, you multiply. And if you're going the opposite way, then you would divide. Okay? So hopefully you guys understand that. All right, guys, don't forget, sign up for my cram course. The link is there in the description box. We're going to go over all kinds of questions from area to amortization, and that way you guys can rock the math concepts on your exam. I'm getting a lot of questions from other people that they are seeing on the exam and sample questions like it. So make sure to sign up, because I get some good inside scoop on that. And it is going to be Saturday, June 22nd, 12 to 4 p.m. live on Zoom, interactive, where you're going to be working out questions. And yeah, I'm going to be providing for you. So we'll work out, I'll explain a question, and then we'll work it out, and then we'll go over it together. So that way you can ask questions, you can work it out, and see how it is all done. When you're not working it out on your own, you're never going to learn it by just looking. You gotta do the motions. You gotta work those questions out. So make sure to find the description in the description box below. The link is there. Sign up and join. All right. Also, my e-workbook, Math Skills for Real Estate Success. You can grab it. The link is there as well. It is for the bundle, so that way you get both workbooks and can practice the math. It's a good way for you to practice. Those bundles comes with over 200 practice questions just on math, from area all the way to depreciation. So make sure to find it, and you could get $5 off using our promo code MATH5. MATH5. All right. And my Florida Real Estate School, Maggie's Real Estate Academy. If you're interested in getting your Florida real estate license, make sure to contact me. I will be more than happy to guide you in the right direction. All right. So this is an online school at your own pace, so that way you can obtain your license by just doing it on your own time. All right, my tutoring sessions. If you're interested in tutoring, I provide private real estate tutoring for math, national concepts, and for Florida. So make sure to sign up and get your licensing, training down, so that way you can pass your exam. Here is your quote for today. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. So if you are struggling with the concepts and learning the concepts and practicing the concepts, I want you to understand that you need to have your vision, right? What is your vision? If you could see your vision, you can get there, okay? So make sure to take the first step and work every day to get to your goal. All right. Thank you guys so much. Here's my YouTube live schedules. Although Mondays I'm changing now to 4 p.m. All right. Make sure to sign up for follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Just Call Maggie. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for all your support. You guys, we are already past 7,000 subscribers. I never imagined that in my life. But I really appreciate every single one of you, and The comments that you guys leave me is absolutely amazing. You guys are the reason why I do this. So thank you all so very much. Stay positive, stay strong. You got this. I adore you all. Don't forget to send me a message if you have questions. Thank you all so much for your time. And I will see you guys tomorrow right here at 4 o'clock as well. Let me see here, Kim. Thanks so much, Maggie. You definitely guided me in the right direction. You're awesome. I'm so happy to hear. Good luck to you on your exam tomorrow, Kim. All right, this is my first time joining the YouTube with you. So glad I joined. Awesome, Cynthia. Hello. Oh, that's the Pisces, I bet. Thank you. I adore you all. Thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. If you'd like more practice, make sure to check out my YouTube channel for more information. Thank you all. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.